So here we have some fun beach ball activities that you can do at home. All you'll need is a beach ball. And then you might see some other things that we're using that you can use and adapt to what you have at home. So the first activity that we are going to do is I took clear pieces of tape and I wrote different exercises on each of the colored parts on the beach ball. Okay, so you can see all of the different ones that I wrote. And you can change them to any exercises that you would like to do. So what you're going to do for this is you can either toss the ball up in the air and catch it, and then read the exercise that is facing you. So I got 10 frog jumps. I'm going to do 10 frog jumps. After you do the exercise, you can toss the ball up again, catch it, see what is facing you. So what's facing me is 15 high knees. I'll do that exercise, and then I'll repeat for as long as you choose. Or if you like, you can hit the ball up in the air and catch it that way and read the part that's facing you, 10 mountain climbers. Do the exercise. Hit the ball up again. Read the part that's facing you. So that's a fun exercise workout that you can do using a beach ball. We're writing some, put on a clear piece of tape so you don't ruin the beach ball, and then at the end you could take the tape off of the ball so that you still have it to do other activities. Okay? Enjoy your exercise beach ball fun. So now we're going to do some fun throwing, catching, hitting, and passing skills. For our younger grades, you want to take the beach ball and practice throwing it up in the air and catching it. Throwing it up in the air and catching it. See if you can do that 5 times in a row without the ball hitting the ground, okay? If you need to pause the video at any point and you want to stop and practice or try the activities that we're doing, you can do that. Okay, so that's a little bit of throwing and catching. Now, for our younger grades too, we can try palm up, hitting the ball up in the air and then catching it. So you'll hit it underneath, just like this, and try and catch it. So we'll use the palm of our hand, hit the ball up in the air, and try and catch it. Palm up, hit the ball underneath, and try and catch it. See if you could do that 5 times in a row. And if you want to keep challenging yourself and say, I want to try 10 times in a row, okay? You want to try then your other hand. So if you were using your right hand and then you want to try your left hand, you could do the same thing. Some beach ball fun. Now for our older grades 2, 3, and 4, we were working on volleyball when we were back at Hillside, and we practiced the forearm pass and the overhead set. So all you need is a beach ball and some space, and you could practice both of those. So just a quick reminder, our forearm pass, right? We take palms of our hand, put one hand on top of the other, thumbs together, keep our arms nice and straight, stand shoulder width apart, bend down, and use your legs to push the ball. We don't want to swing our arms when we hit. We want to use our legs to push the ball up, right? Use our legs to push the ball up. And then the overhead set, we make a triangle over our head and use the pads of our fingers to hit the ball, and you go up and out. We did this a couple months ago when we were back at school. Throw it up and out, up and out. So, a couple things you can do. You can practice passing to yourself. You can try one for starters. Pass one, catch the ball. Catch the ball. If you want to do 5 times in a row, great. Then you can try doing it 5 times in a row without catching it, right? Continuously. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. Then you could do the same thing with the overhead set, right? Hit it up and out and catch. Try that 5 times, and then you can try hitting it continuously the same way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can continue with saying, okay, great, I got to 5. Now I want to get to 7. Now I want to get to 10. So you could have a little bit of fun with that. Now both of these you could do with a partner, right? So instead of hitting it to yourself, you could hit it back and forth to somebody else. You could practice by yourself first, and then practice with someone else, hitting the ball back and forth using both the forearm pass and the overhead set. And for the younger kids, you could just practice hitting the ball underhand, back and forth with someone else in your house. So there's a little bit of that. Have fun. So here we have some fun with striking a beach ball using an implement. It can be really anything that you can hit a beach ball with. So, have a badminton racket, tennis racket, or even a piece of cardboard, as long as it's not bent, okay? If you have a piece of cardboard, you could do that just fine. So this might be even better for the little kids if you did use a piece of cardboard. For this, you would need to use two hands, though. You would throw the ball up, and you can try and hit the beach ball with your piece of cardboard. Now, you could try one time. Awesome. Pick it up, toss it in the air, and try again. You can try and hit it a couple of times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That might be a little difficult, so you might want to start out with maybe 2 times in a row, and then if you get good, you could build up to 5 times or more. Okay, so that's with that. Now I'm going to use a tennis racket, okay? We could do the same thing. So I'm going to toss the ball in the air and then hit it with the tennis racket. Toss it and hit. Toss it and hit. Toss it and hit. Toss and hit. Whoop! If it falls to the ground, that's fine. Just pick it up and try again. Once you do that a couple of times, you can try and hitting it multiple times in a row. So let's see if I can do 5 times in a row. Toss it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right? And then you can progressively challenge yourself. Great, I did 5. If you have someone else that you're doing it with, I do 5, and then they do 5, and we take turns. Okay, now let's see if we can get to 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Great. And take turns doing that. You want to try 10. Can you do 15? Can you do more than that? So whatever you feel comfortable challenging yourself doing. Now, also if you have a partner and you want to practice hitting the beach ball back and forth to each other. If you have a racket, great, like I said. If not, you can use a piece of cardboard. It works just fine. You can hit, I don't have someone with me to show you, but you can hit the beach ball back and forth trying to keep it up in the air, right? You can count how many times you do. Okay, great, we kept it up 2 times before it fell to the ground. Let's see if we could beat that score. Give it a try, have some fun. If you have space to do it, you'll have a blast, okay? So that's with striking with some implements. So this beach ball activity is some throwing, tossing, hitting into a bucket, a bin, a can, anything that the beach ball can go into, whatever you have around the house. So, want to start off with a simpler challenge. Take the ball and we're going to underhand toss it, okay? Kind of bring it in between your legs and release it into the bin. So get your ball and try again. Release it into the bin. As you get better, you can back up and try a little bit further. Release it into the bin. You can keep backing up for as far as you would like to go. If you're playing with someone else, you can both go from the same spot, see how many times it takes you to get it into the bin, and then keep moving further back as you go along. Okay? So that's one thing you can do. The next thing you can do is you can hit it with the palm of your hand and strike it underneath and try and hit it into the bin. Doing the same thing, starting a little bit closer and moving further back as you go along, okay? Keep going. All right, for as far back as you would like to go, you can do this by yourself or with someone else. And then a third thing you can do is you can use something to strike with. So if you have a racket, a piece of cardboard, badminton racket, it doesn't matter. You could do the same thing. Ooh, that didn't work. Back up a little bit. And keep going, doing the same thing, like I said, by yourself or with someone else. You could add challenges to it, make it more fun, but that's a little beach ball in the bucket activities. So now we have some beach ball hitting activities that you can do. What you'll need is a broom, a wiffle ball bat, something that you can put the beach ball down on the ground and strike it with from on the ground. So I chose to use a broom. You can use whatever you have around the house that's safe for you to use. Now, there's a lot of different things that you can do. If you have people to play with at home, you can set up goals and try and hit the ball on the ground and score goals that way, kind of like beach ball hockey. So that could be something fun to do. You can create an obstacle course where you put something like water bottles all around and you have to go in and out of the water bottles. Or I have this one that I came up with, and you'll actually need some water bottles filled up with a little bit of water to weigh it down. If you can see, I have set up 6 water bottles around, and what I'm going to do is put the beach ball on the ground, use my broom, and try and knock over all of the water bottles. Have a little fun, get a little exercise, and do it that way. So let's give it a try. So you don't have to use water bottles. You can use anything that you have around the house that you would like to set up. You could use some cups, but you might want to put something down to weigh it so it doesn't blow away. If you have cones and you want to go in and out of the cones, you don't have cones, like I said, be creative. Use recycled materials, something that's going in the recycling, and set them up on your lawn and have a good time using, a broom or a bat and a beach ball. Okay? Have so much fun doing all these activities with a beach ball. Yay!